the ability to convince people to join me on sometimes bizarre projects. And Rube Goldberg machines captured my imagination in their delightful, bizarre absurdity. Even before I pitched the idea of a Rube Goldberg machine to my client, I knew I would need to have a really strong team in place to make sure that we could pull it off.
Every project starts with a great team. So let's meet my core team for this one.
My name is Aaron Peterson. I've been a photographer for over 20 years. I specialize mostly in portrait and fashion photography.
Aaron Peterson is a commercial photographer with extensive experience in fashion and advertising. His work across a wide variety of campaigns makes him an invaluable collaborator, and I knew he'd be great for teasing out the story and drama that I wanted to showcase for this project.
On the Rube Goldberg machine project for Canopy, I was leading all the end visuals. So, like making sure we got all the shots and editing them and compiling it together.
I'm Adrian Vexan, and I'm a photographer.
Adrian Vexan is an international photographer best known for his large-scale productions. He also enjoys working on projects that allow him to experiment and develop new techniques, including building elaborate sets and rigs. The perfect skill set to build and engineer all the moving parts of our Rube Goldberg machine and understanding how each section could be shot and framed.
I'm flattered because I want my identity to be the kind of person you call when you have something crazy to build or create. So I feel good about that. I thought it was a great idea and I thought we'd give it a shot.
Our team also included Eric Beliveau, our camera op who came to help on our 2 filming days, and copywriter and voice talent Julian Fade.
As the owner of a small creative studio, I'm used to wearing many different hats. My roles on this project were many. They spanned producer and art director, as well as prop builder, mural artist, graphic designer, and project manager.
I'm a firm believer in if you put the right team together, then good things will happen.
I agree. So what exactly makes a great team?
For me, a great team is one where all the members have complementary skill sets, open communication.
The way I work in general is with teams, even if they're skeleton teams, much like this project. We didn't have a big crew at all. It was a 4-person crew, which is extremely shocking actually, because most even small commercial sets are 10 people. For us to make this happen on time and on budget was getting people that can work within those constraints. I think not just even being a good photographer or director or cinematographer or production or whatever. I think just in general having an idea of what those other people do is going to help you. So you should know a little bit of how to edit, so that you know how to shoot to edit. Or you should know a little bit of shooting so that you know why you're getting this footage for editing. Since they all bleed into each other a little bit, you should know a little bit. You don't have to take over somebody's job in that case or tell them how to do their job, but you should know what's going to make their job easier and better by them also knowing a bit about yours so they can make your job easier.
So we're working towards a common goal, and our roles were defined but flexible. I think that's the key.
Where everyone is legitimately excited about the project. And I feel like often people discard that, but in my experience, it is the one biggest indicator of a project's success.
We've all worked on variety of projects, which means that we can tackle something like that, which is why when you first came up with the concept, none of us had any doubts that we would be able to do something we've never done before, because that's what we always do. Right?
This list does form the foundation for a real dream team. Clear and open back and forth communication, agility, the ability to zoom in and zoom out, defined but flexible roles, being a true fan of the project, and imagination and trust in the process. In episode 3, I'll be walking through the ideation and design process for this project before we get into the actual physical build of our Rube Goldberg machine. See you then!